What's up? It's your girl Veronica and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the step-by-step process to actually qualify and take the PMP. I've gotten some questions recently about where you should start. What's the first thing you should do? Do you apply first? Do you take a class first? Can you just outright register for the exam? So I'm here to answer all your questions, but before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so there is an actual process that you need to follow to be able to sit for your PMP exam. Okay, there are certain things that PMI does require you to do before they will allow you to schedule your exam. So the very first thing that you need to do before you go in and get started is make sure that you can qualify to sit for the PMP exam. There's a few different ways that you can do this. The first way is if you do not have a degree, then you need to have 5 years of experience leading projects. Okay, that does not mean you have to be a project manager by title, but you do have to have led projects in a professional setting. All right, when it comes to what a professional setting is, PMI is pretty lenient around this. It can be a job where you were paid, it could be unpaid experience, maybe you were volunteering for a nonprofit organization or even volunteering at church. They'll take all of that, okay? If you have more questions on that, look at my channel. I have a ton of videos on different ways in which you can qualify. So that's if you don't have a degree. If you do have a degree, meaning a 4-year degree from an accredited university, okay? If you have an associate's, unfortunately, it doesn't count. If you have a master's degree, it doesn't make a difference. They really only recognize a bachelor's. So you have to have had a degree, 4-year bachelor degree from an accredited university, and then you only have to show 3 years of experience leading projects, okay? So you need to figure out which one of those categories you fit into. For those of you who may have been business owners in the past, you ask, hey, does this experience count? 9 times out of 10, if you owned your own business, you manage several projects, okay? And PMI will accept that. So after you have figured out whether or not you qualify, the next thing you need to do is you need to get 35 hours of project management education. Okay, if you are a member of our PM community, then you get free access to our PMP prep course, which will give you the 35 hours that you need. If you're not a member, you should definitely join, but there's also several different avenues that you can take. There's several different course providers you can use. PMI has their own course, I think, that you can use as well. But you have to get the 35 hours before you can apply. Okay, so you cannot say, oh, I definitely qualify and then go in and fill out an application and submit it to PMI because they will deny it. All right, you need to make sure you qualify first, and then you have to take a course to get the 35-hour requirement. All right, you have to do that next. That's step number 2. All right, now after you have said, yes, I absolutely can qualify, and you've gotten your 35 hours through some type of prep course, the third step is for you to actually submit an application to PMI, okay? I wanna stop here and make it clear that applying to sit for the PMP exam is 100% free. PMI is not going to charge you a dime until your application has been approved and you're actually scheduling your exam. I get a lot of questions about whether or not you have to pay up front. You do not have to pay to apply. They will not charge you anything until your actual application has been approved and you are scheduling your exam. All right, so step 1, make sure you can qualify. Step 2, get your 35 hours that are required of project management education. Step 3, you're gonna fill out your PMP application on PMI's website, and then you're gonna submit it. All right, there's a couple of things that happen at this stage. You either get approved or you get audited. All right, sometimes it's an audit because of what's on your application, and sometimes you're randomly selected for an audit, which you will know immediately. If you are randomly selected, as soon as you submit your application, you'll get a notification from PMI that says you've been randomly selected for an audit. Don't panic. All right, don't freak out. I actually have a video on my channel about what to do if you get audited, what steps to take. Go back, look at that video. It's not a huge deal. All right. But after you've submitted, let's just say that your application has been approved. Yay, congratulations. We're all very excited for you. Now you can actually schedule to sit for your exam. Okay. Now, when it comes to scheduling to sit for your exam, there's really only two options. You either take it in person at a Pearson testing center, or you can take it at home. I would be very careful about taking it at home. It works out well for some people, but there are certain risks when you take this exam from the house, meaning if for some reason your electricity went out or you lose internet connection, like that's it. You're kind of out of luck. You have to start your exam over. If maybe, your dog accidentally walks in the room while you're testing, PMI can totally, disregard your test scores because they may think that you're cheating. So you run some risk if you decide to test from your house. My suggestion is that you actually schedule to take your exam at a Pearson testing center. Okay, they will show you the testing centers that are available near you, and they'll also show you the times and dates that are available. One of the things that people don't typically realize is that you are going to probably have to schedule your exam 2 to 3 weeks out because it's all based on the availability. And Pearson is the testing center that does the MCAT for medical school, the LSAT for law school, right? They do all kind of the professional level certifications. So don't think that you're gonna, miraculously get a spot 2 days from now. You may, but it's extremely rare. So you need to be prepared. As soon as your application gets approved, go in there, see what's available, and then schedule your exam. Now, once you have your exam scheduled, now they are going to charge you. All right, you cannot secure your test date until you pay. All right, you pick your test date, you pick your time, you pick your location, you click checkout, and they're gonna say, give us our money. So you don't have to pay until you absolutely have a test date, which is a good thing. But keep in mind that you're gonna have to come out of pocket at some point in time, and this is that point in time, okay? Now, if something happens where you need to reschedule or you need to cancel, as soon as you have that information, you need to take action on that, okay? Because the closer you get, the less likely you are to get a refund. So if you have to cancel the day before, there's different tiers that PMI has for how soon you can cancel and get all of your money back. And it kind of differs, so look into that. But as soon as you know you need to cancel or reschedule, you need to do it immediately. Do not put that off, because then you're gonna run the risk of losing your money. And PMI continues to raise the price of the PMP certification exam. When I took it, it was $555, and now it's over $600 just to take it if you're not a PMI member. Okay, so as soon as you know you need to as soon as you know you need to cancel or reschedule, take action on that. Don't wait around. Now, when it comes to your test day, all right, hopefully before you showed up, you read on the Pearson website all the things that you need to do or have on test day. Okay, some Pearson centers are very picky about what you wear. For instance, they won't allow you to wear a hoodie, but it's probably going to be cold there. So you don't want to show up in something that you can't wear, because they'll make you take it off before you go into the actual testing room. Okay, you need to have your ID. They're going to be verifying your ID. It can't be expired. Okay, it has to be a valid identification. You need to check the Pearson website, and they'll tell you what forms of identification that they accept. I suggest that you bring water, bring a snack. You're gonna get 2 10-minute breaks, okay? So During that time, you're going to want to stretch your legs, give yourself a little energy, give yourself a little hydration, okay? This is a long exam. You have 4 hours. It takes quite some time. So you want to think about all of these things in advance. You can't show up with a backpack. You can, at some centers, they will make you put it in a locker, but you can't take it in with you. Okay, so these are also things that you need to know. You are provided with a calculator, but I'm telling you right now, it is not a graphing calculator. Okay, it's not a Texas Instruments 83 calculator. It's gonna be one of those old school 10 keys. That's all you get, right? And a pencil and a paper, and that's it. So keep these things in mind before you show up on test day. You need to be mentally prepared, and the best way to do that is to make sure that you know what you can and cannot show up with. All right, so step 1, make sure that you qualify. Step 2, go out and get your 35 hours of project management education. Step 3 is submit your application to PMI. Step 4, once your application gets approved, is schedule your exam. And the very last step is obviously to go in, show up, work your hardest, put your best foot forward, and pass your PMP exam on the very first try. Now, if you are looking to get PMP certified, or you're just trying to level up in your project management career, you should absolutely consider joining our project management community on School. We are the #1 community on School for aspiring project managers, okay? We will help you make the pivot. We'll help you nail down your qualifications. And we also have a course that's included in the membership that's going to give you all 35 hours so that you can apply to take your PMP. We also have a proprietary AI agent that will help you write your PMP application, and you get a guaranteed human review. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, make sure that you click the link in the description and join us at PM Mastermind. I hope you found this video informative. If so, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments, and let us know what you guys want to see next. We wish you the best of luck on your PMP certification exam, and we'll see you next time.